Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, so today we're going to dive into something incredibly cool. We are about to unlock one of the absolute most powerful ancient roots in the entire English language. Seriously, it's a root that literally shapes how we understand the world around us. Let's get into it. Vision, visible, invisible, visit, television, supervise, revision, evidence, envision. What connects all of these words? Put on your word detective hats for a second. Can you spot the hidden pattern here? Just think about the letters they all share.
Here is our agenda for this explainer. First, the root of seeing. Second, the prefix power system. Third, the core word family. Fourth, tricky spelling bee traps. And finally, seeing means understanding.
Section 1. The root of seeing. Illuminating the origins. To really grasp how this works, we actually have to travel way back to ancient Latin to find our core source. Think of it like our fundamental source code. In Latin, we have videre, which means to see, and visus, which means sight. When these ancient words merged into English, they combined to form our master root, VID, or VIS, which simply means see. So the absolute golden rule here is this. Whenever you spot VID or VIS inside a word, you instantly know that something is being seen.
But, well, here's where it gets totally fascinating. Seeing isn't just about physical eyesight, it's really about mental awareness. Seeing equals understanding, learning, remembering, imagining, monitoring, and even proving. I mean, think about it. When you say, "Oh, I see," in a conversation, you're not talking about your eyes, right? You usually mean, "I understand." That mental illumination is the secret power of this entire root.
To master this vocabulary, you need a solid strategy. So, here's your word detective strategy. When you encounter a mysterious word that has this root, just ask yourself these 3 step-by-step questions. 1. Is it physical seeing or is it mental understanding? 2. What prefix is attached to change the meaning? And 3. What suffix is building the end of the word? Keep those in your back pocket.
Section 2. The prefix power system. Changing the light filters.
You can kind of think of these little word prefixes as filters on a beam of light. If our root, VIS, is a flashlight, adding the prefix in, which means not, slaps a darkness filter right on it, like in the word invisible. If you add R, meaning again, you rewind the light to look back. Super means above, giving you an overseeing light. And my personal favorite, tally, meaning far. Adding tele acts as this awesome far-distance light bridge so you can see things miles away. Let's look at just a few more advanced prefix filters. Pro means forward, which creates a future beam of light. X means out, acting as a revealed light that exposes outward proof. And in means into. When you beam that in light directly into your mind, you activate the imagination light. It completely transforms what you're looking at.
Section 3. The core word family. The branches of perception.
Okay, let's see how this actually builds our core word family, starting with the absolute basics. Vision is VIS plus ION, the ability to see or use your imagination. Visible adds IBLE, meaning it can literally be seen. Invisible stacks the IN prefix, the vis root, and the IBLE suffix to mean something that cannot be seen. And hey, look closely at visit. It's simply VIS plus IT. To visit someone literally just means to go see them. How cool is that? It's that simple.
Stepping it up a notch, let's check out these intermediate words. Television. Notice how adding tele to our sight root literally translates to seeing from far away. Supervise is to watch over carefully, while supervision is the noun form, the actual act of watching over. And if you have a big test coming up, you might do a revision or a review. Both use the RE prefix, meaning again. You are literally seeing the material again to cement it into your brain. Now for the advanced tier. Evidence combines EX and VID, so it's outward, visible proof that everyone can plainly see. Envision is to see something clearly in your mind's eye. But look at provide. PR means forward, and VID means see. The brilliant logic behind the word provide is using foresight, seeing ahead to know exactly what's going to be needed and then supplying it. Isn't that just an incredible way to build a word?
Section 4. Tricky spelling bee traps. Beware the shadows.
All right, word detectives, listen up, because we need to navigate some shadows here. First up, this is a major spelling trap. People write invisible with an A all the time, but that is incorrect. The correct spelling is INVISIBLE.
The standard pattern for this root family is almost always IBLE. Don't let that sneaky A trick you when you're writing. Next trap, understanding the really subtle but important difference in meaning between revision and review. So while both involve looking at something again, a revision typically implies a formal restudying or rewriting process. A review, on the other hand, is a careful rechecking of something. They're basically cousins, but definitely not identical twins.
Trap number 3 is purely grammatical. Supervise, ending in SE, is the verb. It's the direct action of watching over someone. Supervision, ending in SION, is the noun. It represents the process or state of watching over. If you are asked to spell the action itself, make sure you use the SE.
And our final trap warning, never forget that the VIS root meaning see is hiding right inside the word visit, because again, it literally means to go see. Remembering this instantly prevents you from misspelling it with a Z or a double S. It's just VIS, sitting right there in plain sight.
Section 5. Seeing means understanding. The big idea.
And now we arrive at the absolute most crucial conceptual takeaway of this entire explainer. This beautifully illustrates the power of perception. As we've seen, the physical act of seeing bridges directly into mental knowledge, awareness, and truth. Saying I see translates universally to I understand. Revision is seeing again so that you can actually learn. Supervise is to oversee and maintain control. Evidence is what is clearly seen as the absolute truth, and envision is to see powerfully right in your own mind.
Which leads us to this really beautiful thought. Words are not just letters. They are things we see, understand, and remember. The letters VID and VIS aren't just arbitrary spelling components. They literally form the very root of human understanding itself.
So I want to leave you with this final thought. If VID and VIS are the roots of all understanding, what other words can you envision and decode using the light of perception? Keep your eyes open, use these new word detective skills in your everyday reading, and just see what you can discover. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.